What's going on, guys? Here we are at this abandoned Sonic Drive-In, pretty much closed because of a lack of business. I'll show it to you real quick. All this intersection right here is all blocked off because of construction. They've been doing this for months. And basically people couldn't get to it or get out of it. So they basically closed it up. Now it's all been boarded up, so there's no looking inside, but it doesn't mean we can't do the exterior of it and walk around and see what we can see. As you can see, the signless sign says closed. Let's walk around. But before we do that, I want to give a shout out to Dave and Mike. They've been leaving some pretty good comments on my YouTube, and I wanted to say thank you for that. But you know, Dave got me thinking a little bit. He said something that really got my attention. He says, quote, he really loves my channel for the fact that I actually do mostly abandoned buildings. And I really appreciate that. He also said, after a while, it gets really tiring of seeing videos of store closings. You know, I have a tendency to agree with the man. I do. As we're walking around, you can see they have a seating area out here. Let's unwrap that for a minute, shall we? It's true. I know exactly what the man's talking about. I like watching urban explorers. I love watching abandoned buildings. But every time I watch the channels, it's all store closing. For a while, for almost a month, it was Big Lots. Then it was Joanne Fabrics. Then it was Rite Aid. Looks like there's trash right here. Another picnic table. I got a video camera out here, so I don't really want to be fucking around out here too much. It wasn't a very big Sonic. It was a smaller Sonic, definitely older. I'd say at least 80s maybe. You would have seen where they would have had all their menu boards. But back to what I'm saying. And for a month straight, we'll stick with one subject, Big Lots. For a month straight, everybody was doing the Big Lots closing. From Wally to Slack and Packing. But there's one thing I do want to get straight. Before we say anything else. When it comes to Wally, I respected that man when he first did that Wendy's, the very first video he did. I have nothing but respect for Wally. He's put the work in. He has actually done the time to put the work in. I appreciate Wally, and I respect the hell out of Wally. I really do. I'm happy for him. I'm glad that he found a girlfriend. Piney seems like a nice lady. I assume they're going to get married. I understand that he's probably going to end up moving to New Jersey. I'm happy for the man. I really am happy for the man. Nate, I have nothing but respect for Nate. He's a pioneer. He also put the work in. While we're on the subject, that Subway over there got closed too because of it. But anyway, back to what I'm saying. I have no problem with them. My girl told me to stop being nice. She said I was being way too nice, that I needed to start opening my mouth. She told me straight out, a closed mouth don't get fed. You have to be hated to be loved. That was her words. So I'm just going to say it. There are certain YouTubers that I don't have no respect for whatsoever. We'll start with Slackin' Packin'. I have absolutely no respect for that man. I did when he first started. He was all right. But then I started seeing a side of him. The side of him where he had his lips glued to Wally B26's ass. And then Lince Winsel come in. Well, however you say her name. Blondie. We'll call her Blondie. Waving her blonde hair or her blue eyes. And that took his attention. What Slackin' Packin' don't understand is that she don't give a damn about him, one way or the other. She only used him as a stepping stone. Basically, this would have been your menu board right here. But I'm not here to kick waves. I don't respect her either. I don't respect somebody that comes on their channel every video. And did you not notice it's men? Mostly men. Here's the back of the building. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, John. I appreciate your donations. It's never women. It's like she's trying to sell something. Wally started this, and so did Nate, to preserve history. That's why I do it. He used to preserve history. This is definitely an 80s Sonic. They don't make Sonics like this anymore. I would assume this would have been their dumpster area back here. Look back here and see what we see back here. Oh. Interesting. This looks like they got the signage back here. But back to what I'm saying. They already hate me anyway. And as my girl would say, they gotta hate you before they can love you, right? Well, here's the thing. Going back to Dave, he's right. They're a clique. I knew that from day one. I knew that from day two. They're a clique. That's all they'll ever be, a clique. And these store closings, like Big Lots for an example. Wally was doing it. Next thing you know, Slackin' Packin' was doing it for a month. Jeremy was doing it for a month. And after a while, it gets tiring seeing that crap. If you see one Big Lots, you've seen them all. This might not be very interesting with all the windows boarded up, but I'm actually doing an abandoned building. Mall videos. Yeah, they were pretty interesting for a while when the malls were dying before they demolished them. Yeah, that was pretty interesting. My problem with Slackin' Packin' is the dumbass don't realize it's like his comments. We'll use an example, a football star. When he's got fans that's trying to talk to him and say, hey, we love your channel, we love what you do, you're a great football player, hey, will you sign some autographs? The more autographs he signs, or the nicer he is to people, the more you're going to have fans. I think Slackin' Packin' is a two-bit worm that's two-faced. That's all he is. He's a two-faced worm. He'd stab you in the back. He'd sell his own grandmother. All he cares about is the views, the subs, and how many likes he got. He don't give a damn about anyone else. And this is the slacking packet. I found out you lied. I was sitting there talking to Malaholic. As a matter of fact, I'm friends with Malaholic. He sent me a message trying to tell me that Malaholic was a child molester. That I should be careful talking to him. That's the kind of person Slacking Packing is. And I didn't see it at first. My girl showed it to me. And I'm not doing this out of anger, and I'm not doing this to be mean. I'm doing this because I want to get a point across. I can do these videos without you. There's millions of people in this world. I don't need your three's approval. I don't need your three's approval. Not particularly. And as far as I'm concerned, Slacking Packing's videos have went downhill. Now, when he first started, he had some damn good videos. When he went in that Blockbuster video and he found all them videos, that was a great video. But lately, it's like he's been throwing a mess together, put them on YouTube. At least I'm out here trying to put the work in. All I'm saying is, you want to put me down, that's fine. There's many ways I can put you down. But I'm not here to cause waves. I'm not here to cause a problem. I'm just saying how I feel. No, I don't have any respect for Lint Winsel or whatever her name is. I do not have any respect for her whatsoever. When she first started, I kind of suspected what she was. She's money hungry. Now that she's written a book, now she thinks her shit don't stink. And she only used Slacking Packing as a stepping stone. That's it. To me, that's not why we're out here. When Wally started this along with Nate, they started this, and they're not the only ones I respect. I respect Rank All Day, JP Videos, all them guys. They put the work in, they put the time in, and they actually care about the people. It's not about the money. It's not about the fame. It's about presenting history, preserving these old buildings. As Wally said, they're tearing them down and they're making shoeboxes. The problem is there's no originality anymore. Everybody wants to think the same thing, and if you don't, you're not part of the clique. And I admit, there's no filter between my brain and my mouth. A lot of horrible stuff fall out of my mouth. I have a tendency to piss a lot of fucking people off. Oh well, I guess it's the way it is. But I'll go in depth in more and more videos. I told you I'm going to be more controversial. That's the way it is. Anyway, guys, I appreciate it. I thank you for joining. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notifications. Catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.